Hey, okay, so listen, I have tried to make this video so many times. It's crazy. I've been trying for the past 4 hours, okay? I've made this video multiple times, but I just keep rambling. So I had to sit down and write some notes. So here are some of my notes here. Here we are. I'm going to start this motivational Monday. I've I had this message and I wouldn't say rambling. I wouldn't say rambling. Um, It's just there were with the topic, it was just so much that it was just spirit was like really on me. It was really on me. And it was like, oh, okay, that connects to this and that connects to this and this is where it all started. And the connection was for me trying to record this video on this particular topic. It took me back to my spiritual awakening when it first began and what happened. And it was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, although this message is to be shared, it also helped me. It was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Who knew? I did not know. I kind of knew in a way, but it wasn't like a particular, this today, it was like that pinpoint of this, that right there that was that kickstart right there. And so that was beautiful for me, but I still need to share this message. Okay, so, because I've been a little hesitant to speak on my life and share my story, and there's so much. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask me to elaborate because I can go into detail in depth about how I got through certain things and how I view the things that I went through. Because I've been through a lot. I've been through a whole lot, and so much so that I had a comment towards me from one of my abusers. He said, with everything that you've been through, you should be miserable. And I just don't believe that. I don't believe that because although there was a lot put on me, I know that I too have inflicted pain on people. And it's about the growth, it's about the journey, and I am one of those people who I believe in the Bible. I'm not necessarily a religious person, but I do believe in God. I believe in Jesus. And to me, the book is a guide through life. It's the book of life. Every 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 single story in the Bible is guiding you through life. It honestly, it is. It helps. It's like, wow, it's already been written, right? And it's true. Okay, so here are my notes. So there's somebody struggling in relationships because there's trauma from their childhood that they've suppressed, but it's coming up and it's coming out. It's fighting to be acknowledged. You aren't struggling with dating and love because there aren't any good men and women out there. There will be people who say things like, this is your karma. And I've had people say this to me. There are people who, and I'm not going to say this particular man's name because he has transitioned. He's no longer here with us. So I will not be saying his name because I do not believe in disrespecting the dead. And he's not the only one who said this. There are still people out there in the world who will say things like this. I'm baking cookies. There are people who will say things like, oh, now you want a good man or a good woman after you've been ran through, or now you want a good man or a good woman after you wasted all of your good years. What does that even mean? Your good years are when you have grown out of the toxicity and the dysfunction and you've become a better person. Those are your good years. Your good years are not when you're, hot, hot in the pants and, you don't really know yourself and you're searching and you're finding and you're confusing sex for love and you're, dating just to be dating, or, your mind is on things that don't really matter. Those are not your good years. Sorry to tell you, There are also people who will say things like, you are who you attract. It's also not true. That is literally not true. It's literally not true. And I don't understand when people say that. It's like I get it. I guess they're just trying to throw shade. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But it's not true. Because literally opposites attract. You will have some similarities, but no, that's not true. So we typically end up with a partner that imitates the closest people to us. Example being who we were raised by. Those people, whether it be a grandparent, a parent, a sibling, a cousin, aunt, uncle, your guardian, adoptive parent, reflect back on that upbringing and how you were treated. And that's where you will find your taste in your partner. Okay? That is the end of my notes, but I want to say, maybe this is just, another conversation, but like me and my children, we talk about the difference between discipline and abuse. There's a very big difference, and we talk about that for a reason. I don't want to get into my kids' head and turn them into thinking what I want them to think. I want them to see things for themselves, but I do want to kind of push them a little bit. Like if they come and they talk to me about something, that's when I would say, you have to know the difference. Like, I want them to think and to reflect on, how does this make me feel? How do I react? Why do I react that way? And is this mine? That's another thing, like going to therapy. A question or a statement that is often said is, well, how does this make you feel? Or why do you feel that way? A lot of people say that, not just therapists. A lot of people say that. And my response to that is, it's not my feeling. It's not a feeling of mine. I don't feel unloved. I recognize that I am being unloved by this person. I don't feel that way. That's what it is. It's not a feeling of mine. I don't feel unworthy. I know that, I see that, I recognize that this person is treating me like I am unworthy. It's not how I feel. It's the way that I am being treated. There's a very big difference. And I just want people to not take on other people's energy, because people will try to place their energy onto you or place certain energies onto you and make you believe that that's what you feel and what you think, and it's not. So have discernment, but really within, whatever relationship that, you want to work on, friendship, platonic, familial, like a work relationship, romantic relationship, whatever relationship that it is that you are working on, just really think, use your mind, use your brain, and, reflect. But particularly with romantic relationships, if you can go back to your childhood and reflect on your upbringing, you will better understand why you pick the partner that you pick.